Here's a portion of a recent program on American History TV.
Mexican workers and their families were expelled in large numbers during the 1930s as scapegoats due to the economic downturn. And so this is one example of the tendency for Mexican workers to be desired for their labor during times of need, but expendable during times of crisis. They're coveted for the labor that they provide, but never with the expectations that they would become permanent members of U.S. society. And we will see a reversal of these sentiments during World War II when we talk about the Bracero labor program, which brought in numerous Mexican men to work in the U.S. agricultural and railroad industries during World War II and beyond. So in the 1930s, they were being expelled with their families. In the 1940s through the 60s, they're recruited to come back in and work in various industries throughout the country. And so here, this image you have, it's hard to read the text, but it says, Indiana harbors repatriation train to Mexico, June 8th, 1932. Image from Mexican-American Harbor Lights by Señoras of Yesteryear, 1992. So you can see that it was a big crowd of individuals who were getting ready to board the trains and head to Mexico. And as I mentioned in the various examples from LA to Chicago to Indiana to Minnesota, it really varied the way that these communities were targeted and how these individuals were willingly or less willingly to return or go to Mexico. For example, earlier on in the beginning years of the Depression, there was more voluntary returns by Mexicans with their U.S.-born children, because one, they're not finding employment in the U.S. They're just dealing with the same hardships as everyone else. Some of them are unable to access the benefits of the New Deal programs because they might not be U.S. citizens. It's up to local charities to also decide who to provide relief to or not. So some people at the beginning were very willing to return to Mexico, also because the Mexican government was promising land for them to farm and cultivate and make a living.
That was a portion of a recent American History TV program. You can watch the full program and all of our history programs anytime online at cspan.org/history.